The first crack appeared in silence, not in the vault, not in the ritual chamber, not beneath the temple floor where priests expected disaster to begin. It appeared in the eastern corridor, a thin white line across polished marble, so narrow it might have been dismissed as age if it had not moved. A novice saw it first. He froze mid-step, watched the line stretch another inch across the stone, then another and another. By the time he screamed, the bells began ringing again, not by human hands. Across the temple, doors opened. Priests rushed into corridors still trembling with the echo of the midnight ritual. Torches flickered without wind. Scripture chains rattled along the walls. Incense burners tipped without being touched. And beneath everything, the stone itself breathed. In the lower vault, the high priest stood unmoving before the broken sigil. He did not shout. He did not pray. He did not move, because he understood something the others did not yet see. The seal had not weakened. It had changed. "Elira," he said quietly. She remained standing at the center of the fractured circle, her wrist still glowing faintly. The light did not pulse anymore. It flowed, like something alive beneath her skin. "You felt it," he said. It was not a question. "Yes," she answered. And so did he. The words settled heavily between them, not accusation, recognition. Above them, the bells continued ringing. Across the city, across every tower, across every shrine. Not together, not orderly, but one after another, as if something beneath the earth were striking them from below. In the northern quarter of the capital, a baker dropped his lantern. The flame went out before it touched the ground. The oven stones split along their seams. Flour scattered across the floor like falling ash. And somewhere beneath his feet, something moved. In the royal barracks, soldiers woke at once, not to noise, not to command, to pressure. The air itself had thickened. Armor creaked against stone racks without being touched. One of them whispered, "Did you feel that?" No one answered, because they all had. Back inside the temple vault, the high priest finally turned toward his guards. "Seal the outer gates." "They already are," one replied. "No," he said. "Seal the city gates." Silence followed. No one moved. Then one guard spoke carefully. "Your Eminence, that authority belongs to the crown." "Not tonight," the high priest said. Elira watched him closely. For the first time, he was afraid of something beyond the ritual, beyond her, beyond the chamber. "What changed?" she asked. He did not answer immediately. Instead, he looked upward, as if he could see through layers of stone and marble into the streets above. "Witnesses," he said at last. Deep below the temple, Vaelor stood before the fracture again. The barrier was thinner now, not weak, not broken, transparent. For the first time in centuries, he could see movement beyond Elira's presence. Not clearly, not fully, but enough. Voices, steps, fear. The world was beginning to look back. "Elira," he said. She felt him instantly, not as a whisper, not as a call, as proximity. "I feel them," she answered. "Yes, they feel you too." In the council chamber of the palace, the king had not yet risen from sleep when the first messenger arrived. He entered without ceremony, without permission, without breath. "My lord," the words failed him. The king sat upright slowly. "What is it?" "The temple bells. They ring every night. Not like this." Before the king could answer, another messenger entered, then another. each carrying fragments of the same report, cracks in marble roads, shrines trembling without cause, statues splitting at the base, animals refusing to cross certain streets, and everywhere, light, faint, hair-thin, spreading beneath the stone. The king stood. "Bring me the high priest." "He's already coming," a guard said quietly. Back in the vault, the high priest turned once more toward Elira. "You must come with me." "I already did." "This time," he said, "you will not return." The words did not sound cruel. They sounded inevitable. Above them, something shifted. Not a tremor, not a collapse, a resonance. The same vibration Elira had felt in the fracture chamber, but wider now, deeper, shared. Vaelor felt it too, and for the first time, he stepped forward without hesitation. His hand touched the barrier again. This time, it did not resist him immediately. Light spread outward from his fingers like frost across glass. The fracture widened another inch. In the temple corridors above, priests stopped mid-prayer. Every rune etched into the walls dimmed at once, then flared again, but differently, not sealing, responding. "He is moving," one whispered. "No," another answered. "He is being answered." Elira turned sharply. "You did that." "No," Vaelor said. "You did." The high priest heard her speak, but not to him. He followed her gaze instinctively toward the invisible line between worlds. For a moment, he saw it, not clearly, not fully, but enough to understand the danger had changed shape. "He is closer," he said. "Yes, and so are you." Across the city, the cracks continued spreading, not destroying, not collapsing, connecting, stone to stone, street to temple, temple to palace, palace to vault, as if something beneath the kingdom were drawing a map. In the royal chamber, the king finally spoke the words no ruler wished to say. "Prepare the guard." "For war?" his general asked. "No, for revelation." Back beneath the temple, Elira stepped once more into the broken circle. No chains remained, no blade, no chant, only the mark on her wrist and the widening fracture before her. "They are going to stop us," she said. "Yes, they will try to kill me." "Yes." She did not look away from the light. "And you?" Vaelor answered without hesitation. "I am already trying not to break the world." Above them, across the temple, across the capital, the cracks continued spreading, slowly, patiently, inevitably, and for the first time since the seal was forged, the kingdom understood something had begun that could not be undone.